Hello, this is Mad Cat, the angry egalitarian that discusses this and that. Today, ways to avoid false rape accusations. And remember, it's dangerous to go alone. Take this advice. Yeah, doing a little bit of Legend of Zelda. Probably screwed it up, but. Alright, so we're going to be talking about false rape charges. Now, this is actually based on an article that I got from A Voice for Men, and it's actually from a few years ago, but I thought I would jazz it up a little bit. So I'm going to be using images from various sites. There we go. Okay, so today we're looking at, how to avoid false rape charges, the bar scene. So let me get my little notes out. Now, before we go into the details of this, let me just start off by saying that rape happens. It's unfortunate, but it happens. Every day, men and women get raped. It is a physical and a psychological trauma that is very difficult to deal with. Now, a lot of groups are out there trying to stop rape from happening altogether. And in all honesty, that's never going to happen. Rape is going to happen no matter what we do. But there are steps we can do to try to reduce rape and to avoid rape. And we often try to teach women steps to avoid being raped. We don't really teach men, but we teach women. Feminists, of course, look at this as slut shaming and being a rape apologist, trying to put the fault of rape onto the woman. And nothing is further from the truth. However, there are steps that one can avoid in not getting rape, or making it harder for someone to do it and telling them it's like it may not be worth it for this person. Now, the argument of, well, telling a woman that she shouldn't do this or that is just saying that she's responsible for rape is like saying that no one deserves to be robbed, but, telling someone to lock up their home at night or put in a security alarm is saying that it's their fault that they get robbed and that I'm a robbery apologist. No one would ever accuse me of saying to someone, be sure to lock your doors up tonight. There's been a recent crime wave. People would be like, oh, okay, thank you. But if I say, hey, be on, watch your drinks tonight. There's a talk of a rapist out there. A feminist would say, oh, you're just assuming that it's a girl's fault that she's raped. No, I'm not. I'm just saying be on the watch for that. And as I mentioned, there's very little given to men about how to avoid being raped or false rape charges. And, following the feminist logic, telling you steps to avoid rape charges is shaming you, men, and being a false rape apologist. In truth, there are things that men can do to avoid being the victim of false rape allegations that can destroy your life. Not just possible jail time, but the community hating you, even if you're proven innocent, and losing a job or being kicked out of school, as it's easier just to make you disappear than to upset the feminist population. Just checking things real quick. Okay. Stupid YouTube page is being difficult on me. I want to make sure that if anyone is commenting, which you're free to do so, that I'm going to keep my eyes on it. All right. So let's get back to where I was at. So in order to understand this video today, we need to address something called the shame factor. When a person does something that is considered private with another person or outside their normal routine, there is a potential to be shamed by it. It's often associated with a low self-esteem and a fear of social rejection. They do their best to keep it a secret, but when it's found out, they know that unless they make themselves a victim, they will be treated badly. At least as a victim, they have a chance to come out ahead. Now, this is about the shame factor, about women who will try to avoid shame as best they can, and generally their response is rape. Now, I'm sure a feminist is going to hear this and say that I'm being an apologist to rape, that I'm saying that all rape charges are actually false, and I'm not actually saying that. But I'm saying that there's enough accusations out there that are false that this warrants a serious conversation. And we have many examples of it. The girl who carries around a mattress, that was based off of a false rape charge. The UVA, false. The Duke lacrosse team, false. And these are very serious things. I mean, the Duke lacrosse team, there was a petition filled out by faculty to get them kicked off before it was found out that they were actually innocent of the crime. There were people banging pots and pans to get them to admit that they did something that they didn't do. A rape charge destroys someone's life. Now, if they're guilty, then so be it. They have what's coming to them. There's a consequence to their actions. But when it is a false allegation and it's also been proven not true, it still destroys someone's life. You're accused of rape, you're going to live the rest of your life in fear. You're going to never have the life you were meant to have. Some patriarchy we have. So let us go ahead and start off. So you approach a girl and she says that she's there with her friends or she's meeting someone. She may also just tell you, I'm not interested in you. Now, in pop culture, we often see this in movies, and it's really, she's saying no, but she really wants a guy to put some effort in and chase her around a little bit. It's all a song and dance, you know. No, it's not. A girl tells you she's not interested, get away from her. Okay? And I think feminists will agree with me on this one. A girl says she's not interested, that means get away from her. And I will agree with that. She's not worth your time. And, you know, even if she doesn't tell you she's not interested in you, if she just tries to blow you off, it's like, well, look, you know, I'm kind of here with my friends right now. We just want to hang out. I'm meeting someone. Or she flat out says, oh, I have a boyfriend. She's telling you to leave. Okay? Now, the consequence of breaking this rule of leaving someone who's not interested is she can easily state that you're harassing her and likely tell others that you're harassing her. If you're in college, this is even worse. If you go to a college bar, you hit on a girl and she happens to know some of the same people you do, she can start spreading rumors that you're trying to harass her or that you were looking down her shirt or you made her feel uncomfortable. She felt like if she was so scared that she was afraid that you might rape her. She can make up anything she wants in that situation. You know? And, you know, only part of it needs to be true. She told you she's not, she says, I'm here with my friends. You're like, well, how about I hang out with you and your friends? I mean, I'm a lovable guy, you know, and that little part is true. She can make a whole story around it. And, you know, maybe even to the point of saying that, you know, her friend caught you trying to put something in the drink and made the bartender throw it out after you left and stuff like that. This stuff happens, and it may seem like fairy tales, like this doesn't actually happen. No woman would know this stuff actually happens. Okay, so it's a different situation. You go up to a girl and she seems interested in you. She's very receptive to you, so you start talking to her. At this point, you need to get as much information about her as you can to try to feel out some red flags. One of them, she lives with her parents. Now, in this day and age, I live with my parents. I mean, with the economic crisis that happened, a lot of people had to move back in home with their parents. And it sucks. It's unfortunate. It sucks. But with women, this is a warning sign because, if things do go somewhere, oftentimes the only option is to go to your place. Not that there's anything really wrong with that, but it's like, you have to make all the effort, or as far as, making sure your place is decent and all of that, and she never has to give that. But, there are advantages to taking her to your place instead of hers. But anything she does, she will feel the pressure to tell her parents about what is going on, especially if they're overbearing and grill her for information. Sleeping with a guy on the first meet will be a big no-no. So this is an opportunity for her to lie. Now, what to do in this situation? Well, you may like her. You may enjoy her company. That's fine, but play it smart. You don't have to go away from her in this situation. If things are going good, things are going good. But don't try to get into her pants on the first meet. That's never a good idea. In any of these situations, it's never a good idea to do that. It's going to happen, and hopefully the girl you end up being a one-night stand with is mature enough to treat it as a one-night stand and not ever give it a second thought. For a girl who lives with her parents, she's not really going to be ready for a one-night stand. Especially if her parents find out about it and she's going to have to make something up. So just talk with her, enjoy her time. If she suggests sex, tell her you're not interested, that you prefer to get to know someone. Now, she may give you shit for that, or she may never want to talk to you again, but you know what? You probably saved yourself being arrested. You probably saved yourself from being attacked socially and being kicked out of school or losing a job. Just be smart. If the first time you meet a girl, she's like, hey, do you want to go have sex? It's like, you know what? I kind of just want to enjoy being here with you. It sounds, unmanly, but honestly, I'd rather be unmanly to a girl that I just met than being a bitch to some guy in prison. That's the way I see it. So the thing about this situation is she does something out of the ordinary. She's going to feel shame and guilt and might tell her parents how you forced her to have sex. Or she might be truthful and say that she was drinking and the parents assume it was rape because she didn't make a conscious choice, even if she did. And the thing is that when a girl gets drunk, or even if a girl has one drink, according to feminism and even to the law, a girl loses the ability to make a conscious choice. So, but even if she's not in that situation, if she's been drinking, the parents might assume that she was raped and she was taken advantage of, and will might try to pursue the law, saying their girl got raped and she's traumatized and she needs help and this person needs to be arrested for what they did. And now it's not just the girl's word, it's her parents as well and all of their friends, and it quickly spreads like wildfire. So if she lives with her parents, it's probably a best idea not to go drinking with her. People always want my attention when I'm doing videos. Hold on 1 second. All right. Okay, so nothing important. I apologize for that. Okay, so our next slide. She has a boyfriend, or she could have a husband. She's dating someone, Either it's not serious, or, they're thinking about breaking up, or just found out he's cheating and she needs to get away, and something along those lines. But at the end of it, I mean, the overall point is she's with someone. No matter what the circumstance is, she's actually with someone. There's always extenuating circumstances, and she's looking to get laid, so she's going to try to justify any of her actions for having sex that night with some random guy. But she tells you she's in a relationship. That's a red flag right there. Now, if a girl says she has a boyfriend, it's an opportunity for her to do something she regrets, an opportunity for her to feel shame, and in order to avoid feeling shame, she may say that she's raped. Now, here's the kicker, is that her boyfriend could find out. I mean, she's in a bar. What if someone that they both know sees her there, sees you talking to you, and tells her boyfriend or husband, hey, I saw your wife, girlfriend talking to this guy at the bar. Now, often in a relationship, you're not going to be angry at the person who did the bad thing. You're going to be angry at the person. Well, often they're angry at the person that they did it with. So a guy's not going to be angry at his girlfriend for cheating on him. He's going to be angry at the guy that slept with his girl, because he can be angry at him but not angry at his girlfriend. It becomes a whole complicated mess. Or she could just flat out tell him that, hey, last night I had sex with a guy, but I think he roofied me, and may decide to okay, that's weird. Hold on, I need to double check something real quick. Something just came in my email. Okay, so someone is trying to send me one of those when you see an email that says FBI, you're like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. But no, this is like someone trying to scam me to try to get money or something. I forget what those scams are called. Whew, God, that scared the hell out of me. Okay, so she basically admits to sleeping with someone, but then says that she was raped in the process. Or that, so somehow he finds out. Now she wants to stay with this guy for whatever reasons, and he may decide that she was raped. Now, women want men to listen and believe, and her boyfriend will want to pursue this matter, or husband, and either beat up the guy or get the police involved. And she's now in a tough situation. If she tells the truth, she risks losing the guy that she's with. But if she continues to tell the lie, an innocent man's life is ruined. More than that, if she tells the truth, people may dislike her for lying. It's in her best interest to maintain the story of rape to protect her reputation and her relationship. And she will honestly justify to herself, why should I sacrifice my life and what I want for some guy that I had a one-night fling with? And she won't even consider the possibility that his life could be destroyed by this. This is something that most women don't realize when they do a false rape allegation, is that it could actually do some damage. And when they make that realization, it's already too late. Next, just broke up with her boyfriend. So she broke up with her boyfriend, they just broke up tonight, or it was a few days ago, and she just wants to get drunk and have a wild fling. She doesn't care. Well, here's the thing. Just because she broke up with a guy doesn't mean she won't get back together with him in a few days. I've seen it happen a lot. It's happened to me. A girl's like, and, I'm not necessarily proud of this, but, things that you do in your early 20s, you're not always proud of. But, I'm talking to this girl and she's like, oh, yeah, I'm with this guy right now, but I want to break up with him. And, I didn't do anything with her, but then she breaks up with her boyfriend. It's like, I haven't been single in a while. I'm going to enjoy that for a while. It's like, wait a minute. You told me that once you broke up with your boyfriend, you're going to be with me. And she's like, well, no, I want to be single for a little bit. So it's like, okay. And then a few days later decides to get back with the guy she dumped. It happens. Now, if in the situation you ended up sleeping with this person between the time she broke up with her boyfriend and getting back together with him, there's this crazy expectation. Now, mostly women have it on men, but men kind of have it on women too. And it's that after you break up with someone, it takes you a while before you start dating someone else. It takes you a while to have sex with someone else. And there are women out there who do not expect a man to ever date again. They will feel better if they know that the guy that they had a relationship with is doing badly. Oh, wow. What a great peach that is. What a great peach she was. So if she does have sex between the time that she broke up with him and got back with him, and he finds out, it's kind of like the situation above. She will likely cite rape or let him believe that it was rape. That, she got really drunk and she had sex and she didn't know that she was doing it. Oh, you must have gotten raped. Pretty much the same situation as above. So if a girl just breaks up with her boyfriend, she needs some time. The last thing she needs is to get into having sex with someone. She's drunk. Now, this one goes without saying and kind of is a theme that I've been giving here, but let's talk about it specifically. She's had quite a bit to drink and seems really in the right kind of mood. She might even state that she is sure that she wants to sleep with you and she will have no regret whatsoever. Okay? So, but insists that she's capable of making this decision and won't regret it. So, if she's drunk, don't have sex with her. Period. Oh no, You can hang out with her, you can be around her. Make sure your friends are around and that they see every second of your interaction with her. Don't get alone with her at all. You know, if she needs a ride home, make sure that you have someone, make it a 3-person trip. And I'll have one of your buddies ride with you and take her home. You can be a good guy. Don't touch her inappropriately. You know, don't do anything. But, you know, there's no sense in that you can't, there's no reason that you can't take extra care of her. Because the issue here is a girl who is drunk is legally unable to give consent. Now, technically, a guy who is drunk cannot give consent. But the guy is always seen as the aggressor. It doesn't matter if both of you are drunk. The guy is the aggressor. It doesn't matter if both of you gave consent in your drunken state. The guy is the aggressor. When a girl is drunk, she is not responsible for any choices she makes. However, she gets behind the wheel of a car and kills someone while driving and drunk, it's vehicular manslaughter. She has sex, she was raped. How does that make any sense whatsoever? But you find a girl who's drunk, don't have sex with her. Because if she wakes up and regrets her decision of having sex while intoxicated, there's a good chance she's going to say that she was raped. Oh, let me... She's a feminist. Is it me, or is this a really good picture of what a feminist girl in a bar looks like? Okay, so she's a feminist. She takes a gender studies course. She's got a degree in gender studies. She openly admits or flaunts that she's a feminist. Look, there are good feminists out there. You know, I've had sex with some feminists and it didn't end up in a false rape claim, you know. It's possible to meet one who is, you know, truly an egalitarian type of person. Or she could even be a feminist but doesn't believe in the victim narrative. However, in the new dawning age of feminism, more and more of them are trained to be victims. And in this case, she's a tried and true feminist. She states that she is one and does so with pride. Likely, she's been indoctrinated by the new wave that tells women they are strong, but teaches them that they are victims. Now, unless you are ready to be a male feminist or already one and do absolutely everything she wants without question and support everything she says and defend her, but not too much, and seriously, even then, you still should be cautious. Run away. Honestly. If you want to continue talking to her, that's fine, but don't even try to have sex with her. You know, if you think that there might be something going on, take it slow and, you know, just see how things happen. You know, try to avoid having sex until the third date. And she might try to pressure you into it. And if that's the case, she might have an agenda. Now, here's the kicker. In dating a feminist, even if you have a one-night stand or you have an ongoing relationship with a feminist, you have sex with her, maybe it's the one time, maybe you had just a fling where you're just friends. She can use that as a weapon against you to say that she was raped. You don't believe me? There is a story out there right now of a guy who was like part of a student council or whatever, or some organization that he was a high-ranking member of, and there was a rape allegation made against him that got him kicked out of that program. I don't know if he got as far as being kicked out of school altogether, but it was a political move done to him. And one of the girls involved had actually slept with him and stated that she was raped by him about a year back. This shit happens. Even though he has proof that it was consensual, that she wanted to have sex with him, and she continued to have sex with him after the event in question. It doesn't matter, especially out of college. It doesn't matter. Because all they need to be convinced is that there's a 51% chance that you could have committed the crime. They don't need evidence to convict you. And you can be thrown out because some feminist is pissed off with you. In all honesty, it's not worth having sex with a feminist at all. And in fact, I begin to wonder if a feminist doesn't consider themselves a true feminist until they have stated that they have been raped, and will go out of their way to file a false rape claim just so they can say that they have been raped, so they can be treated as a true feminist. As much as these false rape allegations happen, it makes me wonder if feminists don't have some sort of merit badge system of, oh, you claim that you were raped. Here's a merit badge. 2 more merit badges and you can be a real feminist. Well, gee, I think I'll get the Lacey Green merit badge next. Oh, that's the easiest one. All you have to do is watch her videos and say you agree with everything she says. Now, like I said, there are good feminists out there. Feminists worth meeting, being with. I have friends that are feminists. And if somehow a sexual relationship blossoms from that, that's fine. That's good. However, do you want to take the chance that you've met the wrong kind of feminist, but won't know that until after you've had sex, and that act of sex can later be used against you as evidence of rape? Our last one today, attention whore. I love this. Tina admits she's a barsexual, a straight girl that kisses other girls to gain attention from men. Okay, so a girl who is the life of the party and wants all the eyes on her. She dresses with her tits out for everyone to see, and her dress rides up to reveal her bald pussy. She doesn't care what she does to get the attention. She wants the attention. Somehow, she's associated with the attention that people give her with self-esteem. And the more people who pay attention to her, the higher her self-esteem is. However, as we know, that's a lie that she's telling herself. And in all honesty, the more and more she tries to get attention, the more hollow it feels. Now, she'll often use alcohol or drugs to try to cover up that shame and guilt that she feels, and continues to be the party person. Now, this is the shame factor on steroids, in all honesty. And the best thing you can do is stay away from her. Don't even try to get up close to her and party with her. Stay away from her. And even if you decide to break that rule and be at a party with her and hang out with her, do not be alone with her. Make sure your friends know where you're at and can see you at all times. Because sooner or later, she's going to wake up from this delusion that she has about being an attention whore. You know, probably the next morning, and she kind of feels regret for some of the things she did if she remembers them, or if she don't and finds you sleeping next to her and realizes that, oh, she must have had sex with some random guy. She hates herself and she doesn't want to, and decides that part of having attention is also having sympathy, and decides that she must have been raped. because she regrets it. Because pity can be a form of love if they are a victim. So that does it for my video. Once again, avoid the attention whores, avoid self-described feminists, describe the drunk girl, describe any girl who recently broke up with her boyfriend, avoid a girl who has a boyfriend or husband, of course, and avoid a girl who lives with her parents. And if girl tells you she's not interested, go away. Seriously. Don't try to be the macho man and be like, well, I'm not going to go away, baby. I'm a cool. No. You're inviting disaster to happen. Just go away. And all these situations, either you need to leave this person alone and not be anywhere near them, or be smart. And as we explore this series, there's a couple of different scenarios that we need to be hyper aware. And being at a bar is a hyper awareness place because there's a lot of opportunity to find the wrong girl who will use you as a means to excuse their bad behavior by saying that they weren't in control of the situation, you forced the situation. So anyways, that does it for me. This is Mad Cat signing off.